Hi everybody, this is Carrie Ann with Stampin' on the Bright Side. So glad you could join me today. Doing a quick and easy project. It looks more complicated than it is. It's this little card right here, but it's actually a bookmark topper that comes out of the card. And then this would go on a book. I don't have a book handy. Hang on just a second. I'll just use this notepad real quick. My books are in a bookshelf on the other side. Oh, I'll use my Stampin' Up catalog. Never mind. I have a bookshelf on the other side of the room, but I'll just use this. So if you want to mark a page that you just love, you would just put it right here. Got this idea. I was going through some YouTube videos the other night and came across Jennifer McGuire. She's not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but she makes some really amazing projects. This one is slightly different than what she presented. Same concept, but she overlaid some background here and then cut the slit and put the bookmark into that, and I just did it directly onto the card base and then put a little, just cut a little piece to put inside and then stamped it as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to use is the Dandelion Wishes, which this is my first time using this stamp set when I made this card last night. And I don't know why, because I've had it forever. I had to have it. It's so pretty. I love dandelions. And I just fell in love with it, and then I just never used it. I don't know why. I just got caught up in the craze of other things, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to use that. We're using soft seafoam with it. So we're going to have soft seafoam ink. We're going to have smoky slate ink. Our card base is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored at 5 1/2. Let me go ahead and crease that, set it aside. Then we have, this is the inlaid piece. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have the piece that's going to be the actual bookmark. This was a piece of soft seafoam cut at 5 1/2, I think. Yes, 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then I cut it halfway down. This is the other half of the piece that I made this bookmark out of. And we'll score that in just a second. And then I have a piece to cover up the flaps on the back, and this is at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Yes. And then this is what we're going to stamp on. This is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. All right, so let's go ahead and make the bookmark piece. I hope all this works. You know, as soon as you do something on camera, like it works out perfectly the first time you do it off camera, and then as soon as you try to do it on camera, everything just goes crazy. All right. So we're going to, we need half of this, would be 2 3/4. We're going to score, and then we're going to turn it and do the same thing with the other side at 2 3/4. Okay. And it makes a square. Yep, come on now. And we're just going to go ahead and fold those. Normally the crease would be where the little bubble is, but you know, we're just going to break the rules this time. Sometimes it has to be done. Fold them up and see, now we have a square. And how we're going to hold these down is we're going to glue this flap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to start with. That way it could be drying while we're working on the stamping. Ooh. My lines are not very straight. Okay. Okay. Maybe a little bit extra. All right, now we don't want this to go inside the bookmark, so we want to hold the flaps down while we're laying this down too, and not get it all over us. Don't want to get it all over me either. Okay. And then if it looks like it might be a little bit big, but I think it's okay. We can trim off around the edge if we feel like we need to. I think maybe a little bit on this edge. For some reason, I don't know why. I may have just not had it lined up perfectly when I cut, but I'm gonna let that dry really good first. And then I'm gonna trim a little bit off of this edge. It's overhanging, it's no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead also and glue this down. No, I'm not. I have to cut this first. Okay, so what I need to do first is decide where I want the bookmark to be, and then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to, let's see, I just noticed I didn't get my edge correct. I'll fix that later, or actually I might just use this as my back. Let's just do that. Okay, we'll do it that way. And so I'm gonna start the trimmer here, and I'm gonna end the trimmer here. So So let's go ahead and do that, and hopefully this will work the second time. I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna line up the 2 dots inside my trimmer. I'm gonna try to line them up. See, it looks like it's gonna be like 2.5 and maybe 6.5. That's really good, but I want to make sure it's in my spaces, like right smack dab in the middle. And that looks good. So I'm going to kind of hold this up and then bring it down about where I think the dot is. I think it's at about 2.5. And I'm going to bring it, this little guideline right here. I hope you can see this little guideline. That's what I'm looking at. I'm going to bring it over here to the 6.5. And I can see I may have cut just a tiny bit too far over here, but I think it'll be okay. And I raised it and gently brought it back over. I didn't cut a second time. All right, now I have this really good eraser. It's the Mono for ink and pencil eraser. It really does get everything off. I use this like sandpaper. And go ahead and erase that. And this over here. I've even erased lines that were made with, like I stamped. As a matter of fact, let me show you that real quick. So I stamped this in smoky slate, and I mean it's not great, but then I didn't have the smoky slate pen, so I traced with the regular basic gray, and then I used that eraser to erase a little bit and just soften it, which probably it could use a little bit more. So I mean, it's not perfect, but it does get pencil marks. Okay, so then this will go, actually it'll go like this. It'll fit right in here. The slit maybe is a little too wide, but I think it's okay. It's not bad. It'll work. So now we can go ahead and glue. We want to make sure that we put our adhesive only around the edge. That way we have plenty of room to slip the bookmark in and out. And we're just doing this to mask the back side, just to make it look pretty. Oh, I should have stamped first. But I don't think I stamped first the first time I did this either, so I think it'll be okay. Because I did add, I might have actually. It was my live video last night. I'll probably go back and see that I stamped first, but it's okay. I will take my chances. Okay, I'm just going to lay this down and let this be drying too, or setting up while I'm stamping. And the stamping is super easy. I'm going to use the smoky slate to stamp the 3 dandelions first. I need to get a piece of scrap paper. I'm gonna get my mat. My mat's getting kind of grungy. I haven't been very careful. I should take better care of it. I love this color. It's my favorite. Okay, and I do want to make sure I get the stem so I don't have that issue again like I did last night. And it's okay if it goes off the edges a little bit. Cute. Okay, love it. All right, another thing that I did is I did crystal effects in the middle, but I don't know that I want to do that. I think I did Wink Stella on the edges. I think I just want to do Wink Stella in the middle also. So that's what I'm probably going to go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and adhere, because I mean that's it right there. This is how easy this card is. No, hang on. Let's go ahead and trim. We had a little bit of hangover on the Whisper White, and I didn't like that, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that here. Don't want to get ahead of myself, and I think this side had a little bit too. It's hard to see it. It looks blurry. It's so close, it really just looks blurry, but it's enough that it caught my attention. Okay, that works for me. All right, now we'll adhere this down, and I want to make sure I position this correctly. I want the opening, the mouth, to be to my left, and this is going to be up. That way it's slips onto the corner of the book on the right hand side. If you want to change that, I think you can change it. I mean, you could make it so it goes on the left hand side of the page. It just depends. I'm a lefty, so I'm fine with that. You can make it work. Okay, let's get up and up. And that way the seafoam has a little bit of a frame on this side. Okay, and while that is setting up, let's go ahead and stamp this. And like I said, we're going to just hope for the best since I already adhered. Got ahead of myself. This one I stamped with I Made a Wish and You Came True. This one I'm going to stamp Sending Well Wishes Your Way. And I may just put it in this corner. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to practice stamp it first though. Yep. Okay. Hold it for just a second. That worked out good, thank goodness. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this dragonfly, or not dragonfly, what am I saying? Dragonfly, it's dandelion. Dandelion, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in soft sea foam also, just right here. I love this. It was one of my favorite toys as a kid, was to just go around and just blow dandelions all over the place. Loved them so much. I didn't know you could eat them for the longest time. Just holding for a few seconds. Yep, good. I like it. All right. Could have even put that on my Stamparatus. I need to get the Stamparatus back out. I tucked it away when I brought it back from school. I was using it at school. And tucked it away and then kind of chucked it up on the shelf there, and then I was using it for a project for the kids a few weeks ago and tucked it away again. I need to get it back out and just use it all the time. Looking for a Winkastella. Here we go. So this is the part that's going to take the longest. It's not even, I mean, it's not hard, but I mean, I'm just going to color the centers, and then I'm going to color all the foofs, all the little dandelion, dragonfly. I keep wanting to say dragonfly. Now I'm wondering how many times did I say dragonfly during this video instead of dandelion. I'm very self-conscious and I'm not refilming. We're just going to chalk it up to human error. It is what it is. And okay, so we were wanting to go on a trip this summer. So we made reservations at a couple of campgrounds west and well, there's one that's west of Houston and another one that's a little south of Houston, and now they're talking about having another stay-at-home order because their numbers are going up. Our numbers are going up here too, but we figured camping would be okay. We're pretty isolated when we camp. We don't like meet up with other people and sit around the campfire and tell stories all night and stuff like that. We're pretty quiet people that keep to ourselves. I know I sound froggy. No, I'm talking about COVID and I'm froggy. It's allergies. My husband just mowed the lawn yesterday. So this always happens. And I haven't had my allergy shot in a while, so I haven't actually taken my allergy medicine. I probably should. That would help things along quite a bit. So anyway, I was really looking forward to that trip. I mean, I know like my wishes and wants are just small in the grand scheme of things, but I'm allowing myself a little bit of human concern and sadness that it may not happen. I mean, I just kind of fought through the end of the school year and distance teaching my students with that thought in mind that if I can just make it through, if I can just get them through, I will see most of them next year at some point, because I teach mostly 7th grade, so they'll be back as 8th graders. And even the 8th graders, I still have their cards because I didn't get good addresses from them. So I will drop them off at the high school, and I probably will get to see them. I know a lot of teachers over there, so I will make arrangements. But, you know, it was just that, like, if I could just get through this, I can just get through this. So the union stuff, we've been doing a lot of all the conferences that got canceled they've been going on, but virtually for the last couple of weeks. Next week is the last one before the national conference starts, I think in July. And it was just make it through and you can go camping. Make it through and you can go see your kids, because I have kids that live in different places. So we'll go visit and then we'll go camping and everything will be okay. And now it's like, gosh, everything's not going to be okay. But it is going to be okay. So I'm just having that internal argument with myself, kind of a combination of, you know, I'm so sad, this may not work out, and get over it. People have worse problems than you right now. But then I'm back to sad again. Like selfish and thinking of others, and selfish and thinking of others. I guess that's just being human, right? I hope so. I try to always think of others, but I have learned that self-care, through all of this, self-care is a very important consideration. Didn't used to really think that way before. Honestly, never really thought about that myself at all. But now I've realized it is very important for our health. So anyway, that is the bookmark. And isn't it just so cute? I don't know if you can see the glimmer. Let me try. I got the glimmer to shine last night. Ooh, there's some glimmer, glimmer, glimmer. So pretty. I love it. So yeah, I hope you got to see that. I hope you like this card. I'm just so glad I stumbled upon this the other night. So I'm just going to pull this up a little, just gently. Kind of pull that up. And then just tuck this in, pull the cat hair off. He doesn't even come up here anymore. And there's just still, and I sweep all the time. Anyway, all right, so this one, I did put a little bit of bling on this eye. So I think I want to go ahead and put a little bit of bling right there. I mean, I can't not put bling. You know me. Gotta have bling. I'm going to use one of my old ones. I'm still trying to get rid of the last 3 sheets of my old ones. I've got one of them narrowed down to just a few of these. And then another one narrowed down. They're buried in my box. Okay, there. So cute. Love it. I'm going to have to make some more of these. I need to find some more stamp sets that will work well with this. There were other styles. She did like 4 different bookmark styles. And so I think one of them had a magnet in it, which was really cute. She had one that just folded over the pages, and then this, and then there was another one. I can't remember exactly. Oh, it was like a rainbow that said hello there, and only the top part was glued, and the rest of it went over and fit. I think that might have had magnet material. Anyway, so this is the one that I really thought would be a really good one for Sunday, because I like to do simple cards on Sundays. And so I hope you like it. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if you liked it, if you want to see more. And come shop with me at carrieannkinky.stampinup.net. And don't forget to visit my blog. If you didn't if you didn't find this video on my blog is stampinonthebrightside.blogspot.com. If you did find my blog, then any of the videos should lead you to my YouTube channel. YouTube channel is under Carrie Ann Kinky. I'm working on getting the name changed, but for now, that's what it's called. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I had a really great time making these cards and bookmarks, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Thanks. Bye.